Stopwages, this is Eisen. Stopwages, this is Eisen. Today I'm going through more of my stuff, and I found my entire tie collection. It's freaking huge. It's just massive. It's freaking just ties on ties on ties. And I've been collecting these since I was about, well, this one was when I was 12 years old, and um, I couldn't even tell you which one is the most recent because I just stopped buying them. I don't want to frick around with buying so many ties because I know I have all this, so I just stopped buying them. So I'm gonna go through these live on cam. This might not even be all of them because if there were any more, I don't know because my floor is just packed with stuff right now. So I think I'll go through them in order of purchase. This one is a pink tie, a very skinny pink tie, which has been hand stitched here because it had frickin' broke. All these stitches are mine, every single frickin' one of them, because the thing was just coming apart. And as you can see here, I straight up had to make the tie extendo for it to go in. I sewed this at school because we don't have a serger at home. Yeah, I don't know whether to frickin' keep that one or not, but I haven't worn it damn forever. I don't know. I'll put that in the maybe pile. Now, I don't have any fricking events where I have to wear ties. I don't even have a job. I don't go to school or anything because it's all online, and that's a fricking waste of money completely. This one, it is actually tied by a dude I used to be friends with in high school, and this knot has stayed ever since he tied it. I think I wore this for picture day or something, but I used to wear a tie probably around half the days, a third of the days that I went to school, and probably about grade 10, 11. But this is just a very cheap tie, and I'm keeping this one for sure because this is my Onceler tie. Or no, this one. This one's my Onceler tie. Why the frick do I have two of them? But this one's fricking huge, and I guess I'll have to look at a fricking picture of the Onceler to see which one is actually better because I don't want to keep whichever one doesn't look realistic. I want to get rid of the big one. And then I've got this one, and I'm completely going out of order now, honestly. I think I'll just stick with whichever ones look the same. So this one looks pretty much fricking exactly like this one, but with skulls on it. I've never worn this one either. Yeah, what the hell do I do with this? This one's actually got the strap. It's kind of coming apart. Also 100% polyester made in China. I don't frick with that. I think I'll just get rid of it because, you know, you can find a better pirate tie that doesn't have freaking skulls on it somewhere, I'm sure. I've got a big ol', very thin purple tie. Isn't that ridiculous? Look at this thing. It's like paper. But I've never worn this either, but I absolutely love the how it's just so completely pressed there, you know? But it is quite a flimsy little thing, you know? I don't know if I frick with that. I've never even worn it. I do not know. That will be yet another maybe from me, but at least that one's not coming apart like some of my other ones. I've also got a clip-on tie. Now this is my it's one of the very few surviving clip-on ties that I have, and I actually had an exactly the same uh, one of this but shorter, which I lent to a friend uh, who fricking needed a tie for a date. And he just picked one out of the stack and he said, "Yeah, I want the boring one." And I was all, "Alright, give me $2 and you can frickin' have it." And he never gave me $2, but you know, he let me use his frickin' VR headset, so I mean, I think that's worth $2. So yeah, this I'm keeping because it's a clip-on black tie, and I kind of need that if I'm ever gonna join the Secret Service. Here's my other clip-on tie. Um, this one's really frickin' cool. It's the ThinkGeek 8-bit tie. It's actually in a, uh, you know, something you might pay more than $2 for at a store. All these are thrifted, by the way. I don't buy ties new because they're made out of synthetic materials, and that is disgusting to me. So this one's pretty frickin' cool. I always used to wear it to the carnival, and I would get completely fricking dressed up for that, so I'm keeping that. Don't really care if I wear it or not, it looks hella cool. I think I'll do another fun one. Here is my Halloween tie. And you ain't a creature like me if you don't have a Halloween tie. I believe it's been tied backwards as well. I'm gonna keep this because it's hilarious. Here is my only bow tie. I only have one, and it's because trans guys wear bow ties, but I find the modern classic trans guy fashion to just be abhorrent, you know? It's just so beyond cheesy. It is freaking little girl watching a romance movie type cheesy. It is freaking cheesy as hell. But that's the only reason I own this. I wore it once. I don't freaking remember when that was, but I'm keeping it because it's my only bow tie, and you know we need some. You know, I gotta be a token for trans guys, I guess. This is one of my frickin' favorites. I wore it for picture day. It is so nice. It's fricking original Ralph Marlin, which I don't know if that's a parody of Ralph Lauren, but it's just kind of there, and then it says Wild E West on there, which I'm not freaking sure why, but yeah, it's named Clarinet, and it has a cool freaking clarinet with, you know, an 80s background. Hella freaking interesting. I love looking at this thing. It is a great piece to the room. It ties the whole thing together. It is just one of my favorite things I own, so yes, I'm keeping it. I believe this would be the newest of my collection. I've never worn it. Um, I guess I just bought a whole lot of these just in case I wear them, but I freaking haven't been doing that because I don't have anywhere to wear a tie. I wish that I could go into some sort of ah, damn it! Chair's got too many damn buttons these days, you know? There we go. Frick. But I wish I could go and, you know, be on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank or whatever and frickin' just talk about products and getting rich and stuff, but no, I can't because fricking they don't teach you how to do that in school. So I'm just around here with all these fricking ties. What do I do with this one? I swear to frick. I mean, what, do you wear to some old-timey type of gala and it's all fricking synthetic anyway? I I don't like it, but if there was a place to wear it, maybe I would like it. I just don't feel like I should own that for now. Here is the Canada tie. It is reserved for Canada Day, and I think I've worn it once or twice. It just says Canada a bunch of times, and it is red with a maple leaf, and the quality is abhorrent. It is, if I had to guess, I would say a dollar store tie. That is really, I mean, it crinkles. A tie should not crinkle. You can hear the frickin' interfacing in there, which is probably just fricking taped together dryer sheets or something. But it's Canadiana, and it's for the holidays, so yes, I am keeping it. This one is one of the nicest ties I have in terms of brand and build quality. BCBG Attitude, and it's got this freaking stripy bean that wiggles its tongue. It's squishy, which is a good mark of a tie. Seems like they actually used fabric in there instead of taped together dryer sheets. I've worn this one probably 2, 3 times annually. The only times I have to wear a tie is a family gathering on my dad's side. Um, that's pretty much it. And if there's a funeral, which I haven't freaking been to a funeral since I was about 16. But that's the only places I wear anything like this. I've worn this probably maximum 3 times. This is Fratello handmade. Probably paid $1 for this, and it's got film stuff on it, so yeah, freaking absolutely, homie. I am a film creature. You can tell because I wiggle my tongue at a camera right now. This is one of the really early ones that I bought. I've probably worn it 3 or less times. This is Gentry 100% polyester. Um, that's really just it. It's pretty cool looking, but I've stared at it for too many years that I just wouldn't appreciate it anymore. It's so thin, you know? I feel like a thin tie is, you know, reserved for femboys and business people that aren't really good at doing business. And if I'm trying to look like I'm in business, then I want to look like I'm in business, you know, despite being a femboy. So that's going to be a hard no for me. This is another of my earliest pieces. This is the G Jatala. I probably paid $1 for this. It's actually got the strap, and it's got branding on the inside of the tie. But it is freaking huge. It is R slash bigger than my head. It's just freaking massive, and I haven't studied Japanese in many years. Freaking just a ton. And there is no use for a tie that does not involve it being a tie. It's freaking huge. I mean, look at the thing compared to my hand. I'm tiny. I can't frickin' wear something so big. That's gonna be a no for me. Uh, our next guest is kind of like the first fricking one before it. Uh, this one's really nice though. It's got this little splattery. It's sort of a floral slash abstract pattern, but it's thicker. It's a decent tie weight, and plus it shines in the light. You know, um, it doesn't have the strap, but I feel like this is supposed to be a strap. It's the tag which says Terylene, 100% Terylene by Cravat. Never heard of that before, but I'm keeping this because it is very cool, and I believe I wore it once, maybe up to 3 years ago, but I enjoyed wearing it. It was very cool. This one is cool. This is Damon. I believe that's Matt Damon, or whatever his name is from Shark Tank, and you can see his name on the tie right there. So he actually took the effort to do a little bit of cursive, you know, sign every single tie. I don't even know what kind of marker this is done with, but it must have sticked pretty frickin' well because I couldn't imagine signing every single tie that you make. It must have took quite a while for him. Kind of like the guy who does the lines on the Rolls Royce. But this one's pretty cool. It's not really my colors, so if I could pass this off to another dude, I probably would, but thing is, it's really one of my best ties. Uh, the blue one, the classic. Frick, man. This is probably by far my most expensive tie, and I must have paid $2 or less for it, really. I mean, you could get $2 for this so easily. It's a Stockholm, and you frickin' you can tell it's expensive because it's trying to be Swedish, or possibly is. And it's a pretty good build. It's, not super scraggly or anything. It's fricking just good. I mean, it's pressed like a suit. It's got a certain amount of fluff to it, right? And I've never watched anyone review ties before, but I mean, I always had a good idea of what a good mark of a tie was. Um, this is so old I can barely even read it. Gorth, possibly. It's from the 80s. It's very easy to tell that. Um, it's basically just a bunch of shapes and things on a tie. I mean, it's bus seats, really. I've never worn this or even tried it on. I don't even think I've ever tied this one before, but I could be wrong. I might have done that and then thought, nope, today is not a washed out 80s day. But it's kind of crazy, so I might F around and wear it again just for kicks, right? Yeah, I know this isn't all my ties. I'm missing the red stripe, burgundy, fricking navy blue, and white one. But this one is definitely one of my best ones. I don't know what it references, but London 1896 and Brighton 96. And I also have this tie clip, which I bought probably a garage sale or one of those thrift store bags that's full of hair accessories. Um, yeah, the pattern basically wraps all around. It just boopity boppities itself into every area. C.H. Mundry. And this one wiggles its tongue. I frickin' love this tie. It's not as good as the Stockholm one, but not all of us can be the Stockholm tie, okay? This one is another fricking nice one. I believe I bought it at the same time as my Stockholm one. So there must have been, a businessman just clearing his frickin' stuff out and getting rid of all the lesser of the absolute best things a person could own. This one is Bellissimo, and it's got just the same as the Stockholm. It's got what could be used as two straps, and it's frickin' metallic made. You can't really see it, but it's got this sort of threading which is really three-dimensional and in a few different ways, right? And if you were to shine a light on that, you would see that all the threads are just frickin' popping out there. They're just, this one is made for a photo shoot. It's a little plain, but, if you're wearing a bright red suit or something, then you've got to have something that stands out a little less. This one is Eleganza Uomo, which I've never fricking heard of, but it looks like cranberries, and I like that a whole lot. It's on the thinner side of ties, but that's better for a smaller creature like me. And I'll be keeping that as well, unless I just so happen to not like it anymore. This one I'm so on the fence about. It looks like a frickin' belt. It looks like something I just got rid of. But the pink tie, don't even want to think about that. This one, I just don't I don't vibe with it super hard, but it's Ecco Italia, whatever that means. So frick, I mean, if only it were thinner, right? Because I've never worn this thing. It can't just be used for regular purposes because I'm such a small animal. But frick, I don't know, man. I mean, pink tie's gotta go, I guess. I don't know. I want something that makes me look like a small little tiny femme creature, but at the same time, this tie is really trash. It's not even that fricking cool. Okay, we're getting rid of the fricking pink tie. I hate getting rid of things. I hate it so much. I don't even want to do it, man. Doesn't make me wiggle my tongue. I just wish there was a place where, you know, poor people and homeless people could go to request something and then you could just bring them stuff once they had requested it, so then you could feel like there was an excuse to get rid of something for real. But that's all my advice to the universe for today. Also, there's this here. It's a leather dog collar, and it's not really a tie, but it's on there, because where else do I put a dog collar? Even though I have three of them, fricking two of them are hanging off the opening handle of the window in my room. And very minimal has been said about it. So that's really it. I'm gonna wiggle my tongue.